Ten of the weirdest competitions around the world. Dwarf throwing contest. Most people probably thought this sport was just made up, but it's very real and very bizarre. The politically incorrect among us will better know this competition as midget tossing, an event where contestants try and throw a little person the furthest or highest. In some instances, the person will wear a Velcro suit in order to stick to a wall. Despite the strong divide over the morality of such contests, dwarf throwing competitions remain very popular around the world and often take place in bars and clubs. The World Sauna Championships. Every year, competitors swarm to Heinola, Finland to take place in this competition. The World Sauna Championship sees participants try and outlast one another by sitting in a 110-degree sauna, which has half a liter of water added every 30 seconds. Competitors must remain upright and can't use their hands to brace themselves. The last person able to take the heat and humidity wins. Unsurprisingly, contestants have to fill out a form saying they will take no legal action should anything bad or dangerous happen. World Gurning Championship. For the last several hundred years in England, some residents have taken part in a very strange competition. While most of us are taught not to make faces, competitors in Egremont, Cumbria specialize in it. Called gurning, this competition involves putting a horse collar around your neck and making the most bizarre or funny face possible. Every year, the championship is handed out to a man or woman who can twist their face into some truly bizarre shapes. Experts in this competition say that having no teeth is a major advantage and allows competitors to make the ugliest face possible. Toe Wrestling Championship. Most of us are familiar with the sport of arm wrestling, but toe wrestling? In the mid-1970s, bored English pubgoers created the sport where they use their feet to defeat their opponent. The two competitors place their feet flat against each other and interlock their toes. The first contestant to pin the other's foot down for 3 seconds wins. Like all sports, there are rules to follow and cheating is not allowed. Although we're not certain what the rule is about stinky feet. Air Guitar Championship. Who hasn't enjoyed rocking out to one of their favorite tunes while playing an imaginary guitar? Apparently, some people love it so much they turned it into a real competition, which takes place every year in Oulu, Finland. Contestants from all over the world meet and in front of a crowd pretend to play a guitar while a song blasts over the speaker system. The rules are pretty simple. The more outlandish, the better, and you can't have any backup or real instruments on stage, because that would just be silly. Duh. World's ugliest dog. If you've ever watched a dog show and thought that a certain breed was too ugly to compete, then maybe this competition is for you. Every year in Petaluma, California, dog owners and dog lovers meet to see who has the ugliest pooch around. While some may see the pageant as a form of animal cruelty, pageant organizers say the event is used to raise awareness of adoption of mistreated dogs. In this business, ugly is the way to go, with this year's winning dog receiving $1,500 and a makeover on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Mountain bike-Bog Snorkeling World Championship. For this bizarre competition, picture athletes riding mountain bikes through a wetland. Now, throw on some goggles, a snorkel, and have the riders go underwater, and you have the Mountain Bike-Bog Snorkeling Championship. Competitors try and ride their bikes underwater through the muddy and mucky waters found in the bogs of such places as Wales, Australia, and Ireland. The whole thing isn't as easy as you think, as riders are not allowed to keep their heads above water to look where they are going. Considering how murky the water is, it adds yet another challenge to this unconventional competition. The World Worm Charming Championship. You may be familiar with getting worms for use as bait when you go fishing, but some people take worm gathering to a whole new competitive level. Each year in England, Canada, and the United States, participants square off against one another to see who can get the most worms from the ground. Teams compete on 3x3 meter plots and have 30 minutes to charm as many worms to the surface as possible. Whoever collects the most worms wins. Everyone uses their own technique to entice worms to the surface, which can include jumping up and down, banging the ground with a tennis racket, or vibrating a garden fork in the ground. The Redneck Games. Started in Georgia in 1996, the Redneck Games are a celebration of everything redneck. Think of the regular Olympics, only with more beer, mud, and toilet seats. Participants undertake a number of competitions, which include such things as mud pit belly flopping, toilet seat throwing, bobbing for pig's feet, dumpster diving, and of course, wet t-shirt contests. The competition has become so popular, variations of it have spread across the United States and even into Canada. Best Dressed Dead Animal Competition. When we see roadkill, most of us hopefully just keep right on driving. In New Zealand, they do things a little bit differently. As part of one school competition, students rounded up all the dead possums they could find and then proceeded to dress them up. Horrified animal rights groups weren't impressed, but teachers and parents didn't seem to care as the contest raised funds for the school. Spectators saw all sorts of bizarre entries, which included a possum dressed as a princess, one riding a motorbike, and another wearing a bikini and catching some rays. We hope you found these bizarre competitions interesting. Here are some other videos that you might like, and don't forget to click that subscribe button. Thanks!